Okay, Sai, we are live now. Hi, everyone. If you can see us loud and clear, if you can let us know in the comment section that you can hear us. Okay, let me check whether we are on live or not on YouTube.
Yep.
So, okay, I can see now a few people live. Okay, why it is saying that it is not going live on LinkedIn? Okay, I guess the duration of the project is, but I guess we are live on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just check it again. There is some issue with LinkedIn.
Okay.
Yes, we are live on YouTube.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah, it says loud and clear. I can see a lot of comments now coming in. So hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to this doubt clearing session. In fact, first time we are going to do this exercise that we are going live and we are going to solve the whole project. We are doing it in two sessions. Today is the first session. Size, we are here with us as a technical mentor. So you can do live those projects on our platform, that is highcounselor.com/project. So if you can just let us know that from which location you're dialing in. So I am Dr. Amit. I am head of business operations at High Counselor and currently located in Toronto, Canada. What about you, Sai? Where are you located right now?
Yeah. I'm located in Columbia, South Carolina, and then like a short intro about myself. I have a master's degree in data science from University of Connecticut, and then right now I'm working as a lead data analyst at BlueCross, BlueShield of South Carolina.
Okay, so guys, if you can just let us know where you are logging today on this session. If you can let us know. Okay, and also do let us know that uh, what are your I mean which role you are targeting. That would be a great point to start with. I believe that because of Halloween today,
Yeah.
we see a less number of bodies, but I can see. Okay, Sidra says I am from Ontario, Canada. So, where are you in Ontario? I am also in Ontario. If you can let us know, we can connect sometime. Uh,
Another one from Canada.
Another one from Vancouver, Canada. So, guys, if you can just let us know what is your location, and also if you can let us know what role you are targeting, that would be great. So, Sai Krishna says data analyst. So, I believe if you're targeting any role in the field of data, Sai is the right person to connect with. Has been into this industry. I can see people from Florida now, Edison, New
New
Jersey.
Jersey.
Okay, so I believe that. And I don't want to stretch this session too long. I want to hand it over to Sai as soon as possible, so I'll be giving you just a brief introduction about High Counselor and what we do. And okay, so a lot of people targeting data engineer, data analyst. So Sai, a very common question which I get from most of the people is that what are the key languages somebody has to learn if somebody wants to start his career into data analyst.
So first thing that they need to have knowledge is on like basically Excel. Like every company almost uses Excel, but then people sometimes might not learn it because they think it's easy. But then there's a lot to learn in Excel. But first thing is to learn Excel, then move to SQL for data analysis, and then maybe a data visualization tool like Tableau or Power BI. And
Mhm.
then learning Python is always an add-on, so it will make you stand out from others. And if you want to dig deep, you can learn a cloud platform like AWS or Azure or GCP to stand out from
And
others.
one question which most of the people, even in ISA, they keep on asking me that how much important Python is, because how much detailed knowledge somebody has to have in Python uh, before, like, to become a data analyst.
So coming to the Python part of data analysis, there are like multiple packages, like very few packages that you have to learn when it comes to data analysis, like NumPy or Pandas. And then for graphical things, you can use Matplotlib and Seaborn. And then if you have knowledge on these, and then if you have some done some projects on this, you are in a good position for an entry level data analyst. Like if you want to dig deeper, you can go to machine learning packages and deep learning packages like TensorFlow, Keras, and Scikit-learn and everything. And then always try to do projects rather than certifications, or else once you are done with your certifications, do some projects on what you have learned, like, because practical knowledge is more important than theoretical knowledge.
Okay, I guess, guys, this would have solved your query, because this is one of those common queries uh, which most of the people ask. Another one common question which I get, and JD has already posted it, like whether Tableau or whether Power BI, which is more in demand, and what should somebody should learn.
I would recommend like learn both of them, or if you learn one of them, and then in the interview, if you get a question saying that, like, say you know Tableau, but in the interview they might ask about Power BI, you can always say that I know Tableau, since the skills are transferable. It's easy for me to get into Power BI. So it's something like the skills are transferable, and then it depends on organization and their licenses and their budget if they want to use Tableau or Power BI. Like say if they're using Microsoft, like MySQL, and then Azure. It's all these products are from Microsoft. They would use Power BI for the ease of integration. So there are some cases depending on the projects and everything. So the skills are transferable. That's what you should answer if they are, if you know only one of them. But it's good to learn both of them because they're very similar.
Okay, so I guess the guys, you are not clear about what exactly like languages we require, because these are the common questions which we get in our live project also. So I believe this is the Sai has really simplified it. Okay, so let's start today's session, and I can see a lot of comments coming in now. They was asking about. Okay, so let's start today's session. So I'll give you a just brief introduction about High Counselor. So High Counselor is a career accelerator here and based it out of Silicon Valley. We started in 2020 and now we are a profitable venture. We are doing good. We have already helped more than 300 plus candidates to land a job in USA. And apart from this, we started this new platform, which is our live project platform, around 6 months ago, where we every week we conduct a live project, and where we also offer our live sandbox platform to our candidates, so that they can do the platform through our platform, and they can also like it's completely free. We do not charge anybody from any location, maybe from India, maybe from Canada, or from any other country. They can join and they can do it for this project, and they can get the certificate as well. So we started this project, and now in the last project we did it on, that was on the NASA data, and Sai was a technical mentor, so we came up with this idea that let's solve it live with Sai, so that everybody who is not able to complete that project, Sai can help them out, right? So now Sai will be showing up the whole project to you and explaining each task one by one. So over to you, Sai. You can start.
Yep. Thank you. So first of all, congrats to all of the students or job seekers who have won the project, and then who have started the project, or who have completed the project and got a certification. So let's start the project. So let me share my screen.
Mhm. Guys, if you get any question in between, you can type in the comment section. We'll be taking it up in the later on. Okay, once, because Sai will be writing the code in front of you.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, now I can see your screen.
Okay. So first thing, when you create your account on highcounselor.com, you can come to the project section. This is where you can find the project, and then once you scroll down, you will see Unveiling the Stars in our Exploratory Study on NASA astronauts. So start the project, and then once you are here, tap on Go to Sandbox, and then give it a new template, and then choose this template which says NASA astronauts. And then once you choose this template, give it a minute or two for it to load the environment, the Jupyter environment. So once that is done, you will be seeing all the tasks and then the database credentials and then the leaderboard and everything from uh, start to end. So let's wait for this to load.
And guys, this is a very like user friendly platform where you doesn't require any other system. You can directly code in this platform and complete your project. And you will see that how this project is, how much this is interactive. So you can just go to highcounselor.com/project, select this NASA project, create your account over there, and you can come to this sandbox platform, add this template, and now Sai will be starting the whole project. It's a very simple process. Okay. In the meanwhile, okay. So yeah.
Okay, I think it's loaded. So once it is done, you'll be seeing an option called Open Sandbox. So tap on it, and then it will be loading the Jupyter notebook again.
Just to add one more point, guys, if you are live on LinkedIn, kindly you can join us on YouTube because we'll be taking all your queries uh, on YouTube. So if you have any query, so you can join us on YouTube.
Okay. So once you are into the platform, you'll see all the Jupyter notebook and then tasks here, and then detailed mention of what needs to be done, and then everything. Here you can see two two modules and then multiple tasks in each module. So let's start with one. So when you tap on one which says module one task one, you will be here. So first task is to this data set has multiple columns like based on the astronauts data, and then we'll be analyzing everything on their achievements, missions, and everything. So first thing is to import the pandas. So import pandas as PD. It's an alias name, PD, so it's easy for us to code. And then reading the data set. So here there's already data set name that needs to be used. It's called df. So df is equal to pd dot read csv. Pd dot read csv is a function that's used to read the csv files, and then the dataset name here is nasa.csv. So type in that nasa.csv, and then okay, and then inspect the data by calling the variable df. So once that is done, type in the df to check your work before testing it. So tap the run here. So you will see if the data set is working, or like if there's any code, if there's any error in the code. So now that you can see top 5 rows and then bottom 5 rows, it means that the dataset has been loaded successfully into the sandbox environment. So this is our first task. When you feel that it's correct, and then you can tap on run test. So it checks with the output that's been loaded and then says if it's correct or failed. And then if it's correct, it says success. And then if it's wrong, it gives us a reason and then the reason for the failure. So it says that the code is success. So once the code is success, this turns to green, and then it moves us to second part of the project. So you can see that once the data has been loaded, like try searching for shape and then the statistics to get a better understanding of the data, like df.describe or the shape and then everything. And then the second task starts with saying that use the isNull function to mark missing values in each column of the data frame. So null values, for every project or every real-time project, or be it a personal project, treating null values is very important, or the missing data. So we'll start from clearing the missing data. So to find the number of missing values in each column, we can use this function df dot isNull dot sum. So it shows us all the yeah, like it groups number of missing values in each column, and then tells us number of missing values in each column in every data set, and then print it. To print it, just type in null values, because that's what we have assigned here, and then you can run it here. So you can see that most of the columns have no missing values, but then alma mater and death date and death mission have missing values in this data set. Now that you have printed what they have asked in this task, so you can run the test. So tap here and then run test. If it's successful, it will turn to green. If it's not, uh, it will show us why it's failed. So let's see. Okay, test case passed. Let's move on to third one. Before moving to third one, does anyone have any doubt in this first two problems? So let me know in the comment section if you guys have any doubt in the first two tasks.
So Sai has completed the first two tasks, guys. If you have any queries, just let us know. And I would say that Sai, you can proceed. If anybody will have the query, we'll take up in the end.
Okay, got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
because it will break the momentum for you also.
Okay, got it.
Okay,
Okay.
right.
Let's move to third question. So this is module 1, task 3. So once we have found that these are the columns which are missing values, we need to treat them by imputing them or by removing them. So for the ease of the project, we'll be removing them. So the first task is to remove rows with missing values in the alma mater column using the drop now and apply the changes directly to the data frame with in place equal to true. So let's do that. So they want to we have to drop the missing values in that, and then the column name is, so subset is a function that can be used to select the column name when you're using the drop now function. It says alma mat, and then in place equal to true. There are two ways to drop a column. You can reassign, if you are not using in place is equal to true, you have to reassign a data set to df is equal to something. If you are using in place is equal to true, you don't have to reassign it. It automatically updates the data set, which is df here. So that's the first task, first part of task 3. And then coming to second task, which is filter rows where death mission column is null and death date column is not null, using the dot index method. Then remove these rows from data frame by using the drop function with the in place is equal to true parameter. So they want us to use the index method and then using the drop function, and then in place is equal to true. And then we have total five conditions here. So first thing is you have to drop, so df dot drop, and then the conditions are death mission should be null and then death rate should be not null. So okay, let's type that. So of df of death date dot, you want to check if it's null or not. So the function for that is null. So the first condition is done. So once that is done, so make sure you have a bracket for everything so that you don't have to be confused. And then there are two conditions, so use the and here, so in spacing 2 for it. The second condition is df of oh, this is death mission, sorry. And here it is death date, and then here it says it's not null. Okay, dot not null, and then brackets, and then they want us to use the index method. So dot index, and then you don't want to assign it to a new data frame, you want it to be updated in the existing data frame, which is df. So you have to use in place is equal to true. So check for brackets, and then because the syntax is very important, so here for not null it's like this. Okay, and then end condition for because we have two conditions here, death mission and then death rate. Okay, it looks correct. Let's go to third part of task 3, which is use pd dot date time with the day first is equal to true parameter to convert birth date and death columns to date time format with day first passing separately. Okay, the task says that we have to convert these columns to a day first is equal to true. Day first is equal to true. What it does is, like, say there's a date of October 1st 2023, so it makes sure that the first part of the date is day, because when you're doing SQL analysis or something, it shouldn't confuse, because if there's a date like Jan 2nd, it can be Feb 1st also. So you have to make sure that what's there in the dataset is that can be readable and then understandable to not get the errors in future analysis. So let's do that. So we have to reassign it to the birth date. So first do the birth date column, df of birth date is equal to pd dot to date time, and then you are reassigning it to the same column. So again, type in the same column birth date, and then you have to use the day first function, and then yeah, that is done. Now since that is done, copy this, paste it again, and then this will be death date. Yep. And once that is done, the last thing is to inspect the data by calling the variable df. So type in df here. So before running using the run test at the bottom, try to check with the Jupyter if it's working or not, and then if there are any syntax errors. So right now you can see that it ran without errors, and then before the shape was 357, and then right now, since we filtered down two conditions, we can see the reduction in the shape, which is 350. It was 357, so we have removed 7 rows right now. And then now run the console run test. Let's see if this is matching with what's if it's matching with the correct answer or not. Okay, yep, that's done. So let's move on to task 4, which says export the clean data. Okay, df dot data df to a csv named astronauts.csv exclude the index from being returned to csv file by setting index to false. Okay, let's do that. The name that we were using for data frame is df dot to csv, and then we want to change it to what's the name, astronauts dot csv, and then index is equal to false. Yep. Before running this task in your notebook, please ensure that you have previously executed the necessary data processing task for the df data frame. Yeah, so only if everything before is correct, this data set that you're converting it to will be correct, and then the outputs, it affects the other questions also, other tasks also. So run it using the Jupyter, and that's done. And now run it using run test. Yep, that's successful. And then loading your data to SQL based database. So download the dataset here. So if you tap on this one, it automatically gets downloaded to. One second, I think I have another astronaut. Let me delete it first. Okay, if you download it, yep, it's downloaded to your local. And then this is where we got most of the questions, like how to load this CSV file to like how to connect this to SQL server. So if you see here, there are credentials here. Create the table on MySQL using your credentials provided here. So it's a hyperlink. When you tap on here, you would get your details. So have a book handy or like take a picture of it. So let me note down. So it is okay. So this is where the tricky part comes, connecting your downloaded dataset to SQL Server, and then from there you can do your SQL analysis. So if you go to one file, what it says here is use the provided login information to access the database by clicking the local host link located on the database info tab. Once there, you need to upload the required datasets in the specific database mentioned in the database info tab. Then click on the run test. Okay, let's do it step by step. The first thing is here, and then tap on local host. It takes us here, and then what it says here is login first. So I have noted down my credentials. Let me log in 25B1. My password is C. Okay, cool. Okay, now that you are in the SQL database, I mean the server, so you can see that the database already loaded, but then it doesn't have any table in that. Like if you tap on plus, you will see all the tables that are present in this database. So let's go to the platform. What it says, we'll read what it says and do it accordingly. Once there, you need to upload the required dataset in the specific database mentioned in the database info tab. So here you can see the database info tab. So tap on it, and then you would be coming here. It says no tables found, so you need to import some tables. So go to import, and then choose the file that we have downloaded right now. So I'm going to my downloads, and then let me upload this astronauts. Okay, that's uploaded. If you see a name here, and then if it's matching with what you have uploaded, so that means it's successful upload. And then scroll down, as you can see that the what's the format. It's a CSV file. It's not SQL or XML file. So and then you can say mention that the first line of the, if you see all these rules, the first one of the file contains the table column names. If this is unchecked, the first line will be part of the data. So when you're downloading the data, the first line will be the column names. So if you're not checking this box, you will get some new column names, like different column names, like column 1 2 3, which are not the original column names. The first line of your the column original column names of your data will be treated as a record rather than column names. So make sure you're checking this box. So and then tap on go, and then it says import has been successfully finished, 2 queries executed. So let's see what's next. Rename the table to astronauts using the operations tab within the database interface. Okay, now tap on table, and then here you can see the operations. So go there, and then if you see, there'll be all the data. Move table to database. Like if you want it to be moved from one database to another database, you can come here and then move it or copy it. And then here we can see the table name, which is table 1, and then it matches here. So type in here astronauts. Okay, once that is done, you can tap on go. Okay, you can see that table table 1 has been renamed to astronauts. So and then you can see that it's updated here also. So now let's see what needs to be done. Okay, and then it says using the operations tab within the database interface, and then click on run test to complete the task. Okay, now that I'm here, I'll tap on run test. Okay, now you can see that astronauts database has been loaded successfully. So you can start using your SQL queries. So that's for the module 1, and then these are the 5 tasks. So let's go through each one by one, like a high level understanding. The first task, it says you need to import the pandas and then load the dataset. We have imported this package and then loaded this dataset called nasa.csv, and then we have inspected the data by using df. And then coming to second task, which says use the seasonal function to mark the missing values in each column, and then some function will sum up a number of missing values in each column. Like say here has 10 missing values, it would show up here. So since it has no missing values, it's showing as 0. If you see these columns, alma mater, it has one missing value, and then these columns have a lot of missing values like 303 and 309. So we have to deal with those. And then we have counted number of null values for each column in the df. That's what this function does. And then go to task 3. This is a nice task. So first thing, you have to remove rows with missing values in alma meter. So this is the function, this is the code that you can use, like subset. If you have multiple columns, you can just say another column name here, and then it will drop missing values in both the columns. And then in place is for, if you don't want to assign it to new data set, you can use in place is equal to true, or else you have to write like another df2 is equal to, and then without this in place. So instead doing that, you could just use in place is equal to true. Coming to next task, which is filter rows where death mission is null and death date is not null. So death mission is null, death date not null, and then in place is equal to true. And then next task is day first is equal to true, to make sure that the first part of birth date is day. And then inspecting the data by calling the variable df, and yeah, we have inspected that too. And then fourth part of the task is to, since we have made a lot of changes to the existing data set, we need to uh, update it to astronauts.csv for us to use it for SQL analysis and for diving deep into the data set. So this is what you can do for that. Like to CSV will convert the dataset df to a CSV format with a name astronaut. And then you don't want to load the index, so you're putting it as false. And then coming to fifth part, coming to SQL, loading this table to the database. So you are provided, if you tap on this, you will be downloaded, we'll be getting the CSV file, and then tap here to get the database credentials. And then when you tap on localhost, it will be asking for your credentials. Use this username and then use your password and then use your username, because everything is connected in the sandbox environment. That's something unique. And then once you come here, tap on this database name and then import it. Import in, if you want, you can import another thing, another data set again. This is where you can see the details about your table. If you tap on astronauts, you'll see all the, if you see, these are the records in the astronauts table right now. So once that is done, you can tap on run test as it's mentioned here. So let's solve two tasks in the module 2. So retrieve all the data. Okay, let's remove what's there here. And then since you are connecting the database through Jupyter Notebook, it's we have to use percentage SQL to make sure that it's connected to SQL database, and then SQL queries run. And then the task is to retrieve all the data. So select star from astronauts and then semicolon, and then run test. Okay. So for SQL, like whereas pandas, if you run df, you will be getting first 5 rows and then last 5 rows. But then whereas it comes to SQL, it will show us the first 20 records of the query here. So it all of them they have matched. So it's a success. And then let's do one more task. 2 2. Okay, it's already here. So first thing is percentage SQL. Okay, let's read the query. Find out the status of the astronaut. Use the SQL select statement to retrieve specific columns status and the count of records denoted as number. Specify the table to query which is named astronauts. Group the results by status column using the group by clause. Okay. So select status and then they want us to count it, so count of star, and then the name needs to be number, so as number, and then the table is astronauts. Since you are using a aggregate function, use the group by status, and then yeah, let's run it. Okay, let me check once. I'm guessing okay. Mm, number from okay. I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Spaces are important. Now that you can see number of people deceased, number of people retired and active and management. And then yeah, there are might be sometimes based on the SQL database. And then like, spacing is very important. Like there was a space here because that's why it couldn't load it couldn't connect to SQL database. So yeah. So coming to what we have done in SQL, the first one is to select all the queries, all the tables, and then all the data from this table called astronauts. And then the second task was to use group by clause. And then even yeah, like group and by the spacing is also important. And then count star to group by all the fields in the column and then show the number next to it, like how many of them, like say there this is gender column, male and female, number of males and number of females. So that's what group by does, and then that's what count of star does. Yeah, let me know if you have any other questions.
Yeah. So, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We have solved half project in today's session, and we'll be coming back live for the next session day after tomorrow, and then we'll be covering the rest half of the project. If you have any questions, yeah, one I see that Deepak Kumar was asking that how can you provide me the data set? So how somebody can access the data set?
Yeah, it's already loaded in the sandbox environment. For the nasa.csv, it's already loaded. For the astronauts.csv, you have to make some changes to the dataset by removing the missing values and then making some changes as discussed in the task, and then it will be updated in the link provided.
And guys, you don't need to post any uh, code on this chat. I believe that this video will be recorded and it will be it's already uploaded on YouTube, so you can go back to the video and see how Sai has solved all the tasks, and you can follow the same and you can complete the project. What I can do, I can show you that how you can if you are for the first time you are coming on this platform, I'll just show you that how you can start this project. So once you see my screen, yeah,
Yeah,
can you
I
see
can
my
see your
screen?
screen. Yeah.
Yeah, so go to this highcounselor.com, and you will see this option over here that is called projects. So click on projects, and you can go to this NASA project, this one. So we are doing this project right now, Unveiling the Stars and Exploratory Study of NASA astronauts. Just click on here, and it will ask you to sign in. So if you are already enrolled into this project, then you will not see this. But if you are not, so then it will ask for your login credentials. Okay, so then you can create your account. If you're a first time user, click on create your account, write your full name, email ID, phone number, password, and what track you are in which track are you physically present here in the US or not. When did you graduated, your LinkedIn profile, and you can just fill this small form and then sign up. It's completely free. We don't charge anything for it. Specifically for this project, we are also providing you the solution, so you don't need to worry. You can come and complete this whole project even by getting assistance from the science solution. So I have signed into my account, and now I will click on this particular project, and you can go to the sandbox. Once you click on sandbox, it will ask you to add. Just click on add, and you can see here the project is live over here. You can choose this template, and once you choose this template, it will start loading up on your account. Once it gets completed, then solve it in the way Sai has already explained to you. Okay, so I guess that this is a very simple process. You can do it, and everything is available on this platform only. Even the Jupyter has been inbuilt into this, so you don't need to go anywhere else. You just need to write the code here only, complete your every each and every task, and get your certificate in the end. Okay, so I guess we'll just wait for 1 second, let the project load in,
Yeah.
and then we can move forward. So Sai, if you can see any query over there in the comment section, are you getting?
Yeah, SQL is not case sensitive. Yeah, because and also there was spacing that I missed before. That was the error. So make sure that there's no spacing between percentages and then SQL. So like these are not noticeable, but then these are the things that will make a lot of difference.
Okay, so now the project is ready. I'll click on open sandbox, and the project loaded, right? So here you can see the loader leaderboard, what is my rank, how many people are doing the project, what are the various tasks I'm supposed to do. Here is my database, here is my task 1, task 2, task 3, and already till 7 tasks we have already solved in this session only. So that's it, I guess. So if you have any question, kindly let us know. Okay, so can we please explain again why day first is used? Yeah.
So like when day first is true, your like say there's a date called 0102 and then 2023. It can be read as Jan 2nd or Feb 1st. You need to tell which is correct. That's why you have to use day first is equal to true. So it will pass the existing format to the required one.
Okay, moving on. Can anybody can ping the High Counselor link is already here. If you want just the High Counselor, it's simply www.highcounselor.com/projects. So you can use this one. I'm showing it on the screen also. highcounselor.com/projects. Okay, how I can upload this project on GitHub? Right now, that feature is not available. Very soon, it will be available. But if you have the subscription of this platform, you can create your portfolio page, and that can be shared on LinkedIn and with the employers as well. Okay, so Chintaluri says, "Thank you to Sai. Thank you, Sai, for your time." And Sai has been kind enough to come to these sessions and explain each and every task. This is the first time we have provided solution for any project. Till now, we only we were only conducting project sessions. We never offered any solution. And because in the last data which we have seen, more than 50% of people, they started the project, they completed few tasks, but they were not able to complete it. So then we thought that maybe they need some assistance from our side, and that might help them to complete the project. Okay, guys, any other question from your side if you have, or otherwise we are good to go?
And then there's one more question I see. How can I know when other projects will be open? Because some of them are locked. The locked ones are the premium ones. There are about 75 to 80 projects in the High Counselor platform. If you can take the subscription, that's so you can access the other projects.
Yeah. So two projects are open right now. Whatever we are doing, Alok, we have already answered this question that how right now this feature of uploading it on GitHub is not available on this platform. Okay, but very soon we'll be doing something for it. We're working on it. Okay. So, guys, thank you so much for joining in. And this video will be available on YouTube. So, you can come back and you can watch this session again. And you can follow all the instructions given by Sai. And similarly, you can complete your project. In the meanwhile, if you face any query, you can write in the comment section of the YouTube video. It will show in the live section. Okay. So, you can go to this Aditya.High Counselor channel of YouTube, and I can show you that also before we leave. So, because we post a lot of uh, content over here. So this is the channel Aditya.High Counselor, Aditya High Counselor. If you click on this is the channel. And if you go to the live section, you can see all the live projects we are covered, right? So, and you can see all the projects so far we have covered is already over there. Okay. But if you come to the short section, you can see a lot of information, real time stuff, which are people which are answered by real time questions which are asked or answered by people working in Amazon, in Google, in Adobe, in Oracle. So Aditya personally visit these offices and meet these people, and also conduct a lot of podcasts now. So you will get a lot of real time content over here. So you can come and do subscribe to the channel, so that you can get a notification whenever we are uploading new content. So I believe that we are good now. Thank you. Alok, you can check the subscription charges. We have an annual option also, and we have this monthly option is also
Monthly.
available. But like the yearly option is like 6 months option is there, I believe, and that is very affordable. Anybody can take it, and they can solve almost 70-80 projects are there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Thai. Anything else from your side?
Nothing. Yeah. The
Okay, Sai,
subscriptions
thank
and
you
then
for
the
joining
promo
in for
code, it's
today,
on
and
platform.
that too on a Halloween day. Happy Halloween to everyone.
Yeah. Happy Halloween to
Hi, and
everyone.
I will be meeting very soon in the second session of this live project. And those who have already started this project, they can join us back. If you are facing any difficulty, we'll take up some queries also in that session. So you can post your
Yeah.
queries in the comment section of this YouTube live video. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.